Hold on, guys. I lost almost $100,000 in August 2022. Now, you guys saw that live while I was losing the money because I shared those trades and I also shared the losses with you guys. But what you guys don't know is the underlying story of how I bounced back. So it's easy for you to see your mentors' losses and also to see their profit and see how they are spending. But you guys may not know how they are actually making these losses back. So that's the reason why I'm going to be making this video to explain to you guys. So I'm not going to be explaining what went wrong because you all knew what went wrong, because immediately that time I explained what went wrong. But in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how you can bounce back and how I bounce back. I'm also going to be sharing the lessons and things that I took away from that particular loss. With traders' life, it's all about stages. You unlock one stage when you lose some certain amount of money, and you also unlock the higher stage when you even lose a bigger amount of money. For example, I know there were times that you'll probably be losing $100, $100, $100. And there's also a time now you notice that you're not started losing $500. Just know that you have unlocked a new stage. So the more money you tend to lose at a certain stage, the more money you tend to want to make at a certain stage. It just work. I don't know, maybe psychological. But me, when I started losing $10,000, that's when I knew that yes, I was now growing, because $10,000 was a lot of money to me before. Even right now, don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money, but I mean in terms of trading capital. As a forex trader, it is important to be prepared for losses. While it is impossible to completely eliminate the risk of losing money, there are several strategies you can use in minimizing the impact of losses and bounce back pretty fast. Strategy number one, establish a risk management plan, which is very important. Before you begin trading, it is essential you set some very solid rules that is going to guide you in your day-to-day risking and how much you're always willing to risk at each particular time. So in this video that I recently made, you want to see my strategy that I use as proper sizing, how I set my stop loss, and how to also set a proper risk management strategy plan. Why this is super important is this will help you stay disciplined and not overtrade when you don't need to start trading. It is also important to have a plan in place to cut your losses. When you see that the losses are way too big, you have to have a plan in place. Okay, whenever this loss gets to this point, I'm willing to want to cut out and accept my losses. So these are the things that actually is going to help you long term. Secondly, you have to learn to keep your emotions in check. Keeping your emotions in check is super important, because when you are making those losses, say for example you have $1,000 and you are running negative of $500, that's 50% almost gone from your investment. Then you can't tell someone who is in that situation to keep their emotions in check. I know it is really hard, but that's where you have to master. It takes time, and definitely you can master that. Try to avoid letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Instead, start using logic. So that's why I always tell my mentees, you don't think while you're in a trade. Instead, you think before you get in on a trade. Because when you think while you're in a trade, you definitely will be emotional. That is, maybe when you see a loss of $200, you'll be emotional. You don't want to take that 20% loss. You may just want to be quick to cut losses. And it is immediately when you cut losses, then markets start moving in your direction. That's because you acted based on emotion instead of logic. So logic would rather want you to wait for either your stop loss level to be hit or a certain level to get before you start taking that trade, or for price to get to a certain level before you consider cutting. So that's why you shouldn't trade based off of emotions. Keeping emotions in check is so broad that I can talk from it from now till the next 10 minutes and you guys are not going to leave here. But it's funny, I heard some people, oh Jeff, I just funded my last money. This is my last money. I just hope market can just double this thing for me. That's emotion. You don't want to be found in that space, because if you are doing that, market will definitely deal with you. The other day I saw someone who messaged me on Instagram, oh Jeff, this is my school fees. I want to fund it. I want to be able to flip it and be the hero in my family. I'm like, man, you shouldn't do that, because the only time you are funding money in forex market is when you're actually willing to want to let go of that money, or you're actually willing to risk that money. If you put yourself in that emotional state of this is my final cash and I must make it or make it, then market is definitely going to deal with you. That's an emotional problem. So you don't want to be found in an emotional situation. So do not fund your school fees, do not fund your house rent, do not fund any money at all that you know you are not willing to let go of. Thirdly, learn from your losses. Just as I always do in most of my losses, anytime I have significant losses, I always go back, sit down, and look at these losses. What exactly went wrong here? What did I do? What should I do better the next time? Instead of shifting blames. Oh, it was the broker. Oh, it was these people. Oh, it was this signal I got. Oh, it was my mentor. I don't do that. Instead, I focus on what really went wrong. I start looking at the statistics, the data of what I have right in front of me. By learning from your losses, you'll be better informed and more equipped in order for that particular experience not to happen again. Fourthly, keep a trading journal. I mean, I can't overemphasize the importance of a trading journal. Like, I mean, if you want to be a professional forex trader and you also want to know what actually went wrong at each particular time and to reduce on the things that you are doing wrong and also increase on things that you are doing right that makes you most money, then you definitely need a trading journal, something that can keep track of what you're doing. Now, I've made tons of videos regarding trading journal here. Like, here is one. Just go search up this video. You're going to see how my trading journal looks like. Your trading journal has to include the trades that you are taking, and which has to put into perspective the dates, the entry point, the exit point, the reasons why you took those trades, and why you exited those trades, how you were thinking that time. So you have to cover the emotion, how you were feeling, how you were thinking. That's a trading journal. It can help you track your progress and identify patterns in your trading behavior. And lastly, take a break. Just relax. It is enough. Calm down. Relax. Calm down. One thing I love to do after a significant loss, I noticed that whenever I start trying to make back the losses immediately, I keep losing. That's what happened to me back in 2019 when I lost 190K. So ideally, that money shouldn't have gotten to 190K. It should have just stopped at, say, about 180. But I kept on trading, trying to recover my losses immediately. But I kept losing. For 1 month stretch, I kept losing back to back, back to back. If you have been in a losing streak before, you understand what I'm saying. So what you have to do is just take a break, relax, and then go back and study all of these points that I've pointed out to you guys. If you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed, taking a break can actually help you to refresh and go back to learn what actually is not going well, so that you can come back with a fresh energy and a new perspective. So while you're on this break, what you could do is just look for things that could just make you happy, things that could just distract you from thinking about trading, and then how to get back after, say, you can take about 2 weeks break and then you come back. And then when you start coming back, don't just start trading immediately. You can start with back testing, checking your strategies again, reaffirming your risk management strategies, and also making sure everything around you, like your laptop, your trading tools, your phone, your trading view, everything is in check. And then you cannot fully come back and start trading again. What is also important for you is you have to start with a small account. So you start with, let's say, for example, you're trading account of $10,000 and you lost really huge on that. So you have to start with a smaller account of, say, $500 or $1,000. So what that can help you to do is to help you to build your self-confidence again in the strategy that you've been using. Build your self-confidence in the risk management strategy that you've been using. So that's what that could help you to do. In conclusion, no one can actually 100% eliminate losses in Forex. So what is important is be aware that losses would come and then learn to manage these losses. That's when you're actually a champion and a winner. So that's what I've learned to do over time. So anytime that I experience losses, maybe subsequently in the future, because you can't eliminate it, then these are the steps I'm going to be taking. So if you are currently experiencing losses back to back on your prop firm account or on your personal account, I want you to go back and reverse these lessons and then apply it in your day-to-day trading. You definitely would have a nice comeback and even come back bigger. Now, let me tell you, after the loss of $100,000, you know, I even made crazy amount of money, which I shared in Forex Millionaire Expo to all the attendees. I made crazy money, more than 10 times return, because I applied all this strategy. All right, so make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, because if this is the type of content that you like, I'm going to be bringing more of it. Please kindly subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And then if you have a comment, go to the comment section and drop it up there, and definitely will be hearting all comments. I would love to see you in subsequent videos. So check out our other videos here. Bye.